Hey everyone, Skull902 here, and this is my first NES game. This is my Let's Play of Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, if you're expecting a World 1 to 8 run, don't look at this Let's Play, because, oh man, I'm gonna do it the cool way. Not exactly like the Mega Ultra Optimized Speedrun route, mind you, but it is the fastest way to get from the beginning to the end to save Princess Peach. So this game was released in 1985, once again for the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, or if you're in Japan, the Famicom. And it sort of revolutionized video games. It's not like a perfect thing by any means, but you know, it's still a good game these days to go around and get yourself caught up on some video game history. There was a bit of a crash. It's not quite as bad as like everyone says that it was. It pretty much only affected home consoles in the early 80s. And this game with its like scrolling screens, because that wasn't like, you know, seen too terribly often before Mario 1. And like it really took that first step to evolving the platformer genre, because before then all we really had was Pitfall, which, you know, good competent game in itself, but Mario 1 is what really sort of set things apart for platformers and whatnot. There's a lot of things that other games have really taken inspiration from this one from, and it's not hard to see why. It's a very historical game, is basically what I'm trying to say, and you know, it's a fantastic one, so fantastic that I learned the sort of fast way to beating it. Again, like no fancy speedrunning tricks. In fact, this level right here, 4-1, is probably like the most speedrun-esque that I ever get in this this sort of LP here. It's like it's the one that I complete the fastest. And with the least amount of mistakes, even though there are still quite a bit of mistakes. But it's a fun one, you know, from my childhood. I didn't play the NES version more than like maybe 2 times when I was a kid. But I figured, as the original version of this game, I should be playing this one for the LP. I remember when I first discovered this warp zone right here in 4-2, I was absolutely amazed that it would take me all the way to the end of the game. And you know, if you want to beat Super Mario Brothers in like, you know, 5 to 15 minutes, this is the route that you take, my man. Or woman, or whatever the hell. Yeah, just go up this vine here, and you're all good. You're all good for going to 8-1, which, my god, World 8 is, like, really difficult. I actually wouldn't recommend going this way if you're new to the game. Like, if you're used to it, then, you know, by all means, but, Jesus Christ. World 8 is where things start getting, like, really serious. There's no checkpoints. You know, they throw some stuff at you. 8-1 is actually the longest level in the game. And again, because there's no checkpoints, it can be kind of a shithole. That's not really the word that I was looking for, but let's just roll with it. You know, it expects you to do some platforming stuff that can be really, like, tight jumps, for instance. Can be kind of difficult to deal with. It's not an easy task, saving Princess Peach, but if you're determined enough, you can fucking do it. And what I'm trying to do out here is bait a paratroopa. There we are. So, you know, it's a good challenging game, is what I'll say of Mario 1, and I quite like playing it this way. The first time I actually beat the game, I should point out, is doing this route on the NES version from the Wii Virtual Console. And I remember how fucking ecstatic I was to beat this game for the first time, because I'd been playing it for God knows how many years. Kind of sad that I didn't like originally beat it on the Super Nintendo version, but you know, whatever. It's the version that I had available to me at the time, so I guess I can't really complain all that much. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, I did die, and I had to edit out the bit where I got hit, lost. Oh no, I didn't get hit. I fell down a pit, and that's why I edited out the entire like first attempt at this level, is because I couldn't like edit around losing the fire flower. But you saw me get a 1-up there, and like that's how you can sort of make this level 8-2 manageable. Is you know, it takes a little bit of practice to get it down every time, but there is a 1-up mushroom near the beginning of the level, and you just keep collecting that, and you've got infinite tries. Now this section of the level right here is a dick. I hate this. Because sometimes you can run off the tube and do it that way, but sometimes you gotta like stand right on the corner of the one ledge and run across, and God, like I wouldn't be surprised if level design like this was like the precursor to Lost Levels, to be perfectly honest. But you know, if you're determined enough, like I always say, practice makes perfect, and that's what I would say of this level, in pretty much any situation that you're having difficulty with. The whole infinite tries thing with the 1-up mushroom is a lifesaver, let me tell you. And so we're on to 8-3, which is another like long runner, sort of infamously hard level from the game. Thankfully, I know where a power-up is. It's actually like around here by the Hammer Brothers. Unfortunately, they never really jumped into a situation that was like favorable to me. Oh wait, yeah, they did. Never mind. Man, God, I'm having a horrible time remembering my own gameplay. That I didn't even record this that long ago. Like with Kid Speedy, I had recorded it like over a month prior, but I've got no excuse for this. But it's all cool. It's all fine. Pretty much right at the end. What I would suggest doing when you see Hammer Brothers in this part of the level, if you don't have a fire flower, which it's really hard to obtain a fire flower by this point, just like as soon as you see them, jump right over them. That's my sort of advice for that. It'll help you out greatly, but thankfully I was actually in a really good position, getting into the 8-4 castle now with fire flower. Oh, I thought I made another edit there, but I do eventually lose it. That was going to be the joke. It's not a School 902 LP without ruining my own jokes. But no, this level right here is very much like a maze. You know, there are correct tubes and there are incorrect tubes to jump down. Though you can use something that's called a wrong warp, I believe. It is a speedrunning tactic. In the next room here, with the cheap cheeps that fly throughout, so there's where I lost my fire flower. But if you run near the edge of like that platform right there and then go into the tube, you can actually like skip. It's only a little bit of level design that you're really skipping, but you're meant to go into the tube that's after the one that I went down. But they did fix it in the Super Nintendo version, but in the original you can go down the one tube that I went down and all that. This Hammer Brother is a fucking dick. Right there at the end of the level, but we made it. Beat the game. It's all good. We got Princess Peach. We didn't need to go through all those other castles and whatnot. It's all good. If you're wondering how I jumped through those hammers, it's a hitbox glitch. Like the hammers appear, but their hitbox isn't actually there. So yeah, saved Princess Peach. She's gonna invite us to do the hard mode, but we'll take a look at that a little later. So yeah, that's Super Mario Brothers. I've been Skull902. There's gonna be an extras video showing off a little bit of the All-Stars version of this game, and I will see you all later. Have a good one.